What's up, everyone? Towelie with Derfull here with Unstable Commanders, bringing you another cEDH gameplay.
And now, here are our guests.
Hey guys, it's Terry here, bringing a favorite of mine, a pair Tymna Malcolm. I seem to play a lot of Malcolm as a pairing. I really enjoy this as an option, but we're pairing it with Tymna today.
My name's Inner Geek Designs, or Tony. I'm going to be playing Emry, Lurker of the Loch. This is a brain freeze deck. I'm just going to try to figure out how to make a bunch of storm count and mill everyone out.
And this week, Derfull and I will be playing our Izzet decks. So today I'll be playing my Jhoira, Weatherlight Captain.
And I'm on Krark and Sakashima this week.
Alright, and let's fight. Alright, any pre-games?
That's going to be a no from me. No pre-games here.
Aha! Gemstone. This Tormont's Crypt.
I'm going to draw for turn, play a Sea of Clouds of land for turn. I'm going to tap it for a white, and I will cast Esper Sentinel. I am going to cast a Lotus Petal. I will sacrifice my Lotus Petal, adding red, and I'll cast a Soul Ring. If we're good there, I'll go ahead and pass my turn.
I'm going to play a Selfid Coliseum. I'll play a Mana Crypt, and then I'll play my own Lotus Petal, and then I'll tap, adding blue, picking myself for 1, and I'll play Emry, and then I will mill 4. Monolith, an offer you can't refuse, Mirror and Spy, and Flail. Mishra's Bauble. The Mirror and Spy.
Oh shoot, I missed an Esper trigger a while back. That's fine. We'll go past it. It's all good.
I mean, it's a must ability. It's not a may ability. So go for it.
Yeah. You can draw one. I think right now I will just pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to drop a Minimo, School at Water's Edge. I'm going to exile this Simian Spirit Guide to add 1 red. Tap the Minimo, School at Water's Edge, and attempt to cast Krark the Thumbless from the command zone. Beyond that, though, I am done.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm just gonna go with the Urza Saga. My own Mishra's Bauble. Ooh.
Esper trigger.
Oh, you're good. Actually, no. Screw you. Cool. And if that's good, go ahead.
Untap. Nothing going on. Draw. Play this here Polluted Delta. Think we'll go 2 and a blue. And I'll go ahead and cast my commander Malcolm. I mean, I can get a free boop on Tally, so I'll send a 1/1 at you.
Rude.
That's the payback for paying the tax. Anyways, I'll pass.
On your end step, I'm going to crack the bauble, target myself, and then I will draw 2. I am going to tap Emry, and I'm going to target Conjurer's Flail. I will play it, or cast it. I will sack the Lotus Petal, and then I will attempt to equip it to my commander.
So on cast, I am going to sacrifice my Polluted Delta, losing a life.
Cool.
To go grab an Underground Sea. Shortcut, I am going to be casting a Strict Serenade in response.
It'll go bye-bye. I'm going to stack. I'm going to transmute artifact. We'll get a Mox Amber. And I'll pass for right now because I can't do much else after that.
So untap, upkeep.
Oh,
right.
Never mind.
Am I good to proceed?
Forgot the Esper. Yeah, your guy just forgot the Esper trigger again.
You know what? Just keep a dice. Put 2 on the Esper Sentinel. We're gonna keep a dice shame for you.
Let's do it. We're at 2.
I will play a fiery Islet as land for turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2, take a damage.
Not worth it. Don't do it.
And attempt to play Harmonic Prodigy. That's all I got for now. So we're gonna ship it to you, Towelie.
At your end step, I'm gonna crack the Mishra's Bauble. I'm gonna look at my top. Yeah, okay, cool. And then I'll draw for upkeep and draw for turn. Fire of Industry. Get that out of the glare. Wheel of Fortune.
I'm gonna have a Esper trigger on cast.
You're good. I'm discarding Bergie, City of Brass, and Mystic Forge.
Getting rid of Ranger Captain, Necropopo, Delny, Mindbreak Trap, and a Kitesail Larcenist.
I'm discarding a Windfall, a Chromatic Sphere, a Force of Negation, Tribute Mage, and Reshape.
And I am discarding a Mystic Peak, which is the front side is the Prowess Monk, Mystic Remora, Krark's Thumb, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Mog Salvage.
And unfortunately, I did not draw into any mana rocks, so yeah, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and draw him for turn. I'll go a 1, and I'll cast a Mana Vault. Black, white. I'll use the floating colorless. I'll cast Tymna. Forget there. I am going to go to combat. Then Malcolm at Richard. 2 in the air. On damage, I'm going to create a treasure token, and I'll move into my second main. Tymna will trigger. I'll choose to lose a life and draw a card. Crack this for a blue, and I'll tap my mana vault for 3. Heuristic study. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Play an island. I'll take one from the Coliseum. I will play a Ethereum Sculptor.
Heuristic study trigger.
You can draw. I'll play an Aether Spellbomb.
On cast, Esper's gonna trigger.
You can draw.
And I'll pay 2 life and attempt to mental misstep that.
That is sadly going to go through.
Hey, we need to die. Shame on the
Humble
Ristic study, by the way. You missed that. Just add it
yeah.
on there. Just add it.
Do it. Alright. Man, by the end of this, all my creatures are gonna have sad faces on them.
I am going to tap
I'm
Emry,
like, hey, no.
and I'm going to choose Aether Spellbomb to try to cast it again.
You're casting it, so I'll have a Heuristic trigger.
Yeah,
Sorry.
draw. No one else got any responses? I will pass after that.
Draw. I will play a Snow-Covered Island as land for turn. I will lose 1 life and attempt to cast Jessica's Will.
Okay, so on cast, there's going to be 2 triggers. I have Esper and Heuristic.
I can't pay for them, so go ahead and draw.
I'll bounce your commander.
And
With
I'll
Spellbomb.
respond with a Fierce Guardianship. Alright, well, I'm just going to target the original Jessica's Will.
Counter the original, that's fine, but I still have the option to get 2 copies of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our first one, just for the sake of, because I do have to pick a target, I'm going to pick you, Terry. How many cards do you have in hand?
Quite a few. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So, just as a friendly reminder, I have cards written out. Odds equals that would be a copy of the spell back to hand. Since you countered it, that's going to fizzle. Evens, I get a copy. That is evens, so I'll get a copy. 10 mana, based off the number of cards you had in hand. For the second one, yes, I will choose the second mode and attempt to flip the top 3.
Good luck.
Evens, I do get the copy. So we have Consider, Sink into Stupor, and a Gemstone Caverns. I'm currently sitting at 10 red mana. I will use 3 of it. Bergie, God of Storytelling.
On cast, I'm going to have a Heuristic trigger.
Yep, go for it. So then we're going to pay 2 more and attempt to cast Krark the Thumbless.
Heuristic trigger?
Alright. Yep, go for it. Because of Bergie, I cast a spell, so I will generate an additional red, bringing me back up to 6 mana. And then I will use that 1 that I just got, down to 5, and move to cast Strike It Rich.
I'm going to have a Heuristic trigger on the cast.
Yep, I will generate 1 red mana off of Bergie. Alright, so first trigger, odds, so that's gonna, the original Strike It Rich is gonna go back to my hand. Odds again, so it's just all back to hand. I'm gonna try it again. First trigger, odds, back to hand. Evens, that's a copy. I will generate a treasure token. I'm going to keep doing this. No more Strike It Rich. I will crack a treasure and generate a blue. Cast Peak.
I am going to go for that Heuristic trigger.
Yep, that is going to tick me up in red mana, so I'm up to 7 floating red at the moment. Alright, so that's back to hand. Then a copy. So I will get to look at someone's hand and draw a card. I'm going to pick you, Terry, and I choose to reveal.
Pact of Negation, Mockingbird, Mnemonic Betrayal, Vamp Tutor, Talisman of Progress, Culling the Weak, Time Sieve, Loth the Corrupt, Superior Time Raveler, Talion the Kindly Lord, Displacer Kitten, Mana Confluence, Mox Opal, and a Talisman.
Wow, I'm kind of happy with my choices at the moment, but I do get to draw a card. So I'm going to use red floating because that draw card gave me a Might of the Meek, which will also let me draw a card.
Heuristic trigger.
Go for it. So odds, that first trigger is gonna send it back to hand. Odds, it goes back to hand again. Floating red mana, I'm just gonna do it again. Might of the Meek goes to the graveyard. I'm going to play a Chrome Mox And I'm going to so I'm imprinting Flare of Duplications.
I'm gonna have a rustic trigger.
Yep, go for it. Mox is gonna tick me up to 8. I'm gonna tap a treasure for blue and use 3 of that 8 and attempt to cast Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. So
I will cast Force of Will, exiling Italian.
Alright, I move to cast Deflecting Swat in response. That's gonna put 2 triggers for Deflecting Swat on the stack. I will also generate a floating red off of Bergie.
Rustic trigger?
Yep, you can. So for the first one, that is a copy. That copy is going to target Force of Will, targeting itself. Next trigger, evens again. So all 3 copies of Deflecting Swat are going to redirect Force of Will back onto itself. I'm going to have Sakashima enter as a copy of Krark, the Thumbless. I'm going to pay 3 more floating red, so I'm going to be at 4. And then I'm going to go up to 5 when I cast my next spell, which is going to be a Phyrexian Metamorph, targeting the Sakashima copy of Krark.
Rustic trigger?
I'll actually pay for it this time. Yeah, I will crack a treasure and attempt to cast Peak. That is going to have 4 Krark triggers.
Rustic study?
With the floating mana I get from playing Peak, I'll pay it. Alright, so move to resolve the first trigger. Evens, I'll get a copy. I can draw a card. Do it again. That is evens. So I'll get a copy and draw a card. Odd. I'll send the original Peak back to hand. Last one. Evens, so I'll get another copy. Yeah, so I will crack this treasure, and I will tap my Chrome Mox for a red, and attempt to cast Brain Freeze.
Rustic study?
Yep. With the floating mana that I generated off of Bergie, I'll pay it. I think it's a pretty safe estimate to say the storm count is at 12 right about now. First one, it is a copy, so that's going to be 36 off the top for you, Terry.
Okay.
Second trigger, evens again, so that's going to be another 36. Okay, so that's going to be another copy. We're going to point this one at... We're going to point it at Towelie. Last trigger, it's evens again. Oh boy. We're going to point it at Towelie one more time. So that's 36 and 36. So that's 72 for you. Last trigger of Brain Freeze, I'm going to point at Inner. I'm going to crack this treasure here for blue. Move to cast Peak again. So I'm going to pay 2 life and cast Get Probe. It's going to give me another floating red. First one, evens, I'll get a copy, draw a card. Second one, odds, send the original Get Probe back to hand. Evens, I'll get a copy, draw a card. Evens, I'll get a copy and draw another card. I will play a Mana Crypt. For casting the Mana Crypt, I'll get an additional floating red mana. I will use that one and generate 2 more. Casting Rite of Flame, but that's going to trigger Krark. It's not 2 more yet, so we're still at 6. First trigger, evens, I get a copy, so that is going to add 2. Evens, I get another copy, it's going to add 2 more. Odds, the original Rite of Flame back to hand. Another odd, so it's going to send it back to hand. Now, I'm going to take 4 of it. I will cast an Ashling Flame Dancer, paying 2 life, and casting Get Probe again. Because I cast that, I do get another red mana, but this I think is now it. I will pay 2 floating and move to cast Underworld Breach.
I will respond to Underworld Breach with a Pact of Negation.
Okay, yeah, no, you get that one. I am gonna get Probe. I'm going to try and cast a Dockside Extortionist.
Stick trigger?
Yeah, you can have it.
I'll choose to draw.
You can draw it from your empty library. So I'll get 3 treasures, and Terry is officially donezo. Mine's Desire. So then I'll store my entire library, which is going to include Grape Shot. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, Grape Shot.
So, yeah, I would pick up Grape Shot, kill you all with massive amounts of storm damage. That was a win. A 28-minute turn, was it, Towelie?
It was about, it was like a 28-minute win, but hey, turn 3 win for KrarkShima. There you go. And yeah, if you did like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what decks you would like us to build. And of course, if you want to join our gameplays, we do record every Monday, 8:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Link to our Discord is down below, Unstable Commanders. And follow us on Twitter X. Again, link will be in the description box below. Alright, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. See ya.
Happy birthday.